this week sees the return of the Conference League. That's right, over in Europe with the likes of Aston Villa, Club Brugge, and many others returning to action. Who's going to take advantage as we enter the midway point? We're going to take a little look next. So, of course, Bubbles gave another prediction video today. We'll take a look at match number 3, of course, over in the Europa Conference League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button back to all things Conference League related, Platform Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one rooski. That's right. Some work still to be done from some of the bigger clubs in the Conference League to make it through, of course, out the playoffs and into the knockout stages. But will they get there, of course, a little bit closer this week? We'll take a little look in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. Of course, they are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you want to help out the channel, check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, the Patreon link is down there. And again, please make sure you smash a like on the video. It does wonders for yourself. Of course, it will let you know or let the algorithm know that you want Conference League videos or prediction videos just like this. And also make sure you subscribe. A whopping 78% of you are not subscribed. Viewers of this channel are not subscribed. We want to change that. We're going to get those numbers a little bit closer to home. But anyway, let's get cracking because we are talking about this. That's right, is of course the Europa Conference League, and we'll see where we are in our own prediction league. So let's turn the clock back, of course, to match day number 2. We'll take a look at how I got on and how you guys got on in our very own prediction league. As you can see, I got myself 37 points this week, which was not fantastic at all. Much reduced from my early week success. But anyway, let's get cracking. Of course, recap the results. Of course, they were right here on the screen right now. So Astana, they lost to Victoria Pilsen 2-1 in the end. I went with a draw myself. Lugano with a big away day win 3-2 over in Turkey. I went the other way on that one. Meanwhile, Club Brugge with the 1-0 away win over in Norway against Budapest. I went the other way on that one as well. But can I? 2-0 win over Dynamo Zagreb. Another shocker there. I went with a draw myself. Ghent, 2-0 winners over Tel Aviv. Got that one spot on the nose. Meanwhile, Zorya Lugash with a 1-0 away win against Bredovic. I went with a 2-1 win, not too shabby there. With my booster, I actually hit their absolute skids on this one. Klasovic did actually draw with Lille in Iceland. I went with a 3-0 away win. Lipik Ljubljana lost to Bratislava 1-0 there. I went with a 0-0 draw. Spartak Trnava lost at home to Fenerbahce 2-1. I went with a 3-0 away win. A lot of away wins here. I mean, with North Switzerland with a big 7-1 win over Ludogorets Razgrad. Goodness gracious me. I went with a 2-1 win myself the other way. Meanwhile, Aberdeen with a 1-1 draw against HJK. I went with a 2-0 win on that one. PAOK with a 2-1 win over Frankie. It was a 2-2 draw as well. Meanwhile, Genk with an away win over Kurakakai. 2-0 win for them. Got the one spot on the nose. Fiorentina and Ferencváros. So the battle of the Fs ended up all square. 2-2. I went with a 1-1 draw myself. And Villa, 1-0 win over Zrinski Mostar. I went with a 3-0. And then wrap it up there. AZ Alkmaar with a 1-0 win over Legia Warsaw. 2-1 win for me. Of course, that's that. What about our own prediction league? Well, let's have a little look. Of course, at the prediction league, I am second overall, I believe. Where is the rounds? Can we have a look at the rounds? Let's get into it then. This is match day number 2. Thanasis coming out on top with 45 points. Shepherd up there with 44. Costas K makes the bronze. I'm all the way down into 30. They're a bit of a shitter this week. Hansworth had also not too bad actually, but the situation in the actual table has Hansworth leading the charge by a good, what we look at, 7 points. I am second, but I'm going to give it my best shot, guys, to, of course, compete with the big boys, of course. And if you want to compete with the big boys, I do have, of course, the link to the Super right here, right now. That's, of course, not it right there. It is right there, of course. There it is. As you can see, cut the /1, whatever it is on the screen. It's also in the description down below. So let's, of course, look forward to the next round of games in just a tickety-boo, because in the meantime, I want to show you about the situation in the leagues, of course, where we are, of course, who's doing well, who's doing shit. So let's take a look at that one then, coming at you right about now. Of course, here are those tables. Of course, Bratislava tops the chops over in Group A. Lille are in second spot with 4 points, with some work to do for Klasovic and Lipik Ljubljana. Into Group B, we have Ghent top the charts alongside Zorya Lugash. They're, of course, on 4 points. Tel Aviv up there in third with 3. Bredovic yet to get going on that one. Victoria Pilsen top the charts with a perfect record so far in Group C. Balkanai and Dynamo Zagreb level with 3 points. Astana just 0. Lugano top the charts alongside Club Brugge in D, with Besiktas got some work to do, and and Bodø/Glimt as well. Group E sees Zrinski, Mostar, AZ, Alkmaar, Legia Warsaw, and Aston Villa all level on points with 3 in a very, very tight group over there. Group F sees Ferencváros and Genk top the charts with 4 points, with Fiorentina unbeaten with 2 draws so far. Kudakakai yet to get going as well. PAOK top the charts, perfect start for them, 2 wins out of 2. Frankfurt in second spot. HJK, Aberdeen are in, of course, trailing right there in the wooden spoon. And then Fenerbahce, they top the charts with Nordsjælland, Ludogorets Razgrad, and Spartak Trnava. That's, of course, the situation in the groups, but, of course, we are now looking forward to the next round of games, which, of course, are coming at you pretty thick and fast. So let's get into that then and look forward to those next games, of course. Where are we? Here? We're going hopping straight back over into match number 3 and take a long, hard, good look at these, of course. So here we go. Let's get into it now. Kick it all off with Fenerbahce up against Ludogorets Razgrad. Let's jump the deep end and then have a look at these guys. Now, these two sides have played each other never. This will be the first time, according to my eyes anyway, they play each other over in Group H. Fenerbahce, 100% form for them right now. 6 wins on the bounce. Joshua King, red hot for them in the minutes. Up against Ludogorets Razgrad, 75% form for them. Just 1 defeat last 6. They are third in the table up against Fenerbahce, who are top. Fenerbahce winning 8 matches in a row, unbeaten, or a winning streak of 17 matches. Come into this on the back of a 2-0 win over Kasimpa over in the Turkish Superliga. That was pre-international break. Ludogorets Razgrad with a 4-0 win over Pirin. Of course, both sides are in action this weekend. Of course, both are sides are in action on Sunday. Fenerbahce up against Hatayspor. They're expected to win that one. Ludogorets Razgrad against Arda Kardazal. Also expected to win that game on the road. Let's take a look at the odds then. We have 10-3 on for Fenerbahce. 50-4 is the draw. 70-2 is your away win here. So Fenerbahce should win this one at home. Going to win the popular vote with a 2-0 win. And of course, backing them to get the 3 points. Next up, of course, we have AZ Alkmaar up against Aston Villa over in the Dutchland. That's right, over in Group E. Now, these two sides, again, never play each other, but AZ Alkmaar coming to this unbeaten in the last 5. 75% form for them right now. Of course, haven't lost any of the last 10 home matches either. Up against Aston Villa, just 1 defeat in the past 5 for them. 58% form for them. They are 4th in the table. Of course, level on points with AZ, who are 2nd. Of course, Alkmaar did beat Ajax 2-1 last round. Of course, back on the 8th of October. Villa with a 1-1 draw against their better rivals, Wolves, in the middle of the Black Country Derby or Midlands Derby, whatever you want to call it. Villa taking on West Ham today, tomorrow, whatever you want to, whenever this video comes out live. AZ Alkmaar taking on Heerenveen. Both sides are at home domestically, and both sides are expected to win. AZ, though, 2-1 for the victory here. 5-2 is the draw. 23-20 is your win. We're going to go with a draw here. Picking up a 1-1 draw. Villa should get... Well, AZ will not lose this game. They will get something out of it, and of course, we'll look to build on that as well. Next up, we have Lugano over in Switzerland up against Club Brugge, coming at you from Belgium. Now, these two sides have played each other never. Of course, Club Brugge, 58% form for, actually 50% form for them right now. 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 4. I spat that out wrong. 1-1, lost 1, drawn 4. Up against Lugano, they're on 58% form for them, winning 3 of the last 6. They are top of the table, of course, with 4 points. However, Bruges are 2nd with also 4 points as well. Lugano did lose last round against Servette Geneva over in their top flight. Standard Liège also picking up a win over Club Brugge domestically. So both sides looking for wins following this international break. Of course, Bruges taking on Kudric, of course, in the top flight over in the Juniper League, with Lugano taking on Grasshopper Zurich as well. Both sides expected to win those games. Both sides again on the road. The odds for this one, we do have what we got. Lugano 11-5 for the victory. 25 is your draw. 23-20 is your win. We're going to go with a 2-1 away win here. I think Lugano surprising us a little bit, being top of the charts, but Bruges will have a quality, should come out on top. And of course get the victory as well. Meanwhile, Bakani, they're going to take on Astana. That's of course over in Group C. Now these two sides again never play each other, but Bakani coming to this unbeaten in the last 6 home matches. They haven't lost, in fact, in the last 22 home matches, of course. So that's last 6 total, both home and away. Last 22 home matches unbeaten, of course. Meanwhile, Astana, of course, back-to-back defeats, and 50% form for them heading into this match. And of course, one of those defeats was against Pilsen in the Champions League as well. That was the last match way back on the 5th of October. Bakana with a big 4-1 win over Lydia Princeton, of course. Both sides are in action. Astana taking on Zitsu. Don't know about that game too much. Meanwhile, Bakana taking on Astana. That's, of course, their next match, which is this match, of course. They're looking at the odds right here, right now. Bakana 6-5 for the victory. 21-10 is your Astana, and 23-10 is the draw. Back in the home side here, I think going to go with a 1-0 win on this one. It's not really in the popular vote, so I'm going against the grain, and maybe a good chance for me to get some points on the board. Next up, we have Ghent of Belgium against Bredevic. Well, were they? Faroes, Northern Ireland, Iceland. Anyway, they played each other never, these two sides, but Ghent coming to unbeaten in the last 6 games, 67% form for them right now. However, drawing 4 of the last 6. They haven't lost in the last 11 matches, last 13 as well at home. Up against Bradovic, just the 1 win in 6, 70% form for them heading into this. Of course, both sides are in action. Well, actually, only Ghent are in action. They're taking on Circle Bruges this weekend. They're expected to just about win that game. Bradovic's next match is this match. And of course, they are not looking favoured at the moment. But the odds right here, right now, coming at you right here, we do have Ghent 7-1 on for the victory, 30-2 is the draw, 60-1 is your long shot. It's going to go with a 3-0 win, and I'm probably going to play my booster on that one. Meanwhile, Klasvich against Olympic Ljubljana, of course, coming at you. Is that in Iceland? That could also be in Iceland as well. Played each other never, these two sides, but Klasvich coming to this unbeaten in the last 5 times, 67% form for them right now. Against Olympic Ljubljana, just 1 win in 6, 33% form for them, of course. Klasvich just the 1 point. Olympic Ljubljana yet to get going in this thing. Klasvich have not lost in the last 17 home matches, and of course, we'll fancy the chances on this one. Look at the odds here. We have 9-5 as your Klasvich, 12-5 is draw, 11-8 is your Ljubljana. I don't think the Klasvich are going to lose this one either. I'm going to go with a draw here, point apiece, point to the bag, and we'll see if I'm right about that one. Lille up against Slovan Bratislava, of course, coming at you over in Group A. That's right. Never played each other again, these two sides. Lille, though, just one defeat in the last 6, 58% form for them right now. Slovan Bratislava have won 6 on the bounce. In fact, they've won 7 on the bounce, 100% form for them right now. And of course, top the charts with 6 points out of 6 so far. Of course, they did beat Sored the last time around. That was in the domestic cup. That was back on the 18th of October. They are in action against Trnava this coming weekend. Lille up against Brest, of course. They're expected to win that game, and they're expected to probably win this game as well. 9-4 on is your Lille here. 16-5 is the draw. 6-1 is your long shots. Gonna go with a 2-0 win. Bratislava will lose for the first time in a long time. Spartak Trnava are next, of course. Where are they in my little list here? Oh, it's Norgesland, of course, from the Scandinavia regions. Played each other never, these two sides. Trnava, 75% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat the last 6. Of course, 4th in the table with 0 points. Up against Norgesland, they are second with 3 points on the board with 50% form for them heading into this 1-2 lost to and drawn to. Norgesland, of course, last time around lost to Odense. That was in the Danish league or wherever that is. It's the Danish league, of course. But the last match in the conference league was a 7-1 win against Razgrad. They are taking on Viborg this weekend. They're expected to wwin. Trnava taking on Bratislava in a bit of a zing-zong over in their top division. The odds here right now, we've got 16-5 is Trnava, 11-4 is the draw, 4-3 on is the Nordsjælland. Tight one again. Going to go with another draw here, point apiece. Point on the road for Norgesland. Trnava keeping their home form going. Aberdeen up against PAOK, of course, coming at you over in Scotland. Now, these two sides have never played each other. Corner of my eyes again. Aberdeen, 4th in the table with just a 1 point. Unbeaten, though, in the last 5 games. 6-7% form for them right now. Up against PAOK over in Greece. Unbeaten in the last 6 games. 83% form for them right now. They did beat Frankfurt last time around. They're taking on Andromedas Antheon this weekend. They're expected to trump them as well. Aberdeen are in action against, well, they're probably in action right now as we speak. I don't even see anything on the horizon for them. But the odds for this game, we do have Aberdeen 13-5 for the victory, 23-10 is the draw, and even Stevens is your pack. Let's go in a away win here. 2-1 win for PAOK. Aberdeen are pretty shit. A little bit of an upset, a little bit disappointed about their form in Europe in a minute. So PAOK will want to get a little closer to the to qualify, so to certify qualification. Meanwhile, Frankie against HJK Helsinki in the same group, that's Group G. And now these two sides have never played each other, but Frankfurt coming to this, just the 1 win in 5 for them, 42% form for them. Up against HJK Helsinki, of course, 58% form for them right now. Just we're looking at 3 wins of the last 6. Frankfurt, though, haven't lost any of the last 16 home matches, and of course, they did lose to Cherny Leipzig, not RB Leipzig, but Cherny Leipzig in a friendly, of course. That's a friendly, don't read too much into it. They're taking on Hoffenheim this weekend over in the Bundesliga. HJK Helsinki taking on Kuponpalooza, of course, in the Finnish Cup, maybe. Or the top flight, whatever that is. But the odds right here right now, Frankfurt is 7-1 on for the victory, 6-1 is the draw, and 14-1 is your long shots. Frankfurt should win this one, and should win it comfortably. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 win, just a 2-0 win to get over the line. Meanwhile, Fiorentina up against Kuragakai, of course, over in Group F. These two sides, again, never play each other, but heading into this, 75% form for Fiorentina, of course, unbeaten in the last 7 games, haven't lost any of the last 12 home. Up against Kuragakai, just 1 win in 5, 42% form for them heading into this. They did lose to Novadia Patsa, of course, that was earlier in the weekend. Fiorentina did beat Napoli last time around, taking on Empoli this week, and they were rather expected to win that game as well. The odds here for this one, Fiorentina 8-1 on for the victory, 30-2 is to draw, and 18-1 is your long shots. Fiorentina should win this one, and again, should win it quite comfortably. Let's give them a bit of hope. 3-1 win for me. Fiorentina taking the points. Next up, we have Genk up against Fenerbahce. Of course, another bit of a zinger chicken dinner over in Group F. Now, these two sides have played each other once. Of course, we'll talk about that shortly. Genk, of course, unbeaten in the last 8 games. Fenerbahce haven't lost in the last 12 matches as well, and again also haven't lost any of that 7 home matches, but of course they have played each other the one time. It was a friendly, and Genk came out top with a 2-1 win, but Genk 58% form for them. They have drawn 5 of the last 6. Meanwhile, Fenerbahce back-to-back draws heading into this, including a draw against Debrecen over in their top flight. Meanwhile, they're taking on Dugara Sosai over in again domestically this weekend. They're expected to win that game. Genk taking on Mechelen in the Juniper League. They're expected to win that game as well. The odds here for this zinger, of course, tight one as well. We are looking at Genk 20-13 on for the victory, 30-5 is your, and 70-4 is your way. We're going to go with a popular vote here, 2-1 win for them. Genk taking the points, Fenerbahce taking the L. Zrinski Mostar, they're up next up against Legia Warsaw, of course, coming at you over in Group E. That's right. Played each other twice, these two sides, did 2016, 1 win for Legia Warsaw, nothing for Mostar, and there's been a draw. Of course, Mostar's only scored the 1 goal as well, scored 0.50 goals a game when, of course, these two sides have locked horns. Legia Warsaw's one and only win was a 2-0 win. They've actually scored 3 goals in the 2 matches, 1.50 goals a game. Mostar, though, 5 wins the last 6, 83% form for them. Warsaw, of course, 3 defeats on the spin, looking to get back to winning ways. Those 2 matches were actually back in 2016. They were in the Champions League qualification round, which, of course, Warsaw came out on top with that one. Warsaw did lose to Czechia last time around in the Polish league there. Zrinski Mostar with a big 3-0 win over Mostar. Actually, back-to-back clean sheets for them heading into this. But the odds right here, right now, we have Mostar 11-5 for the victory, 23-10 is the draw, 6-5 is your away win. We're going with the home side here, I think, on this one. Going to go with a 2-0 win. Mostar with an upset, perhaps. Going against the grain, need to get some points on the board. Myself, Bodo Glimt against Besiktas over in Norway. Now, these two sides have played each other 2 times in 2004. We've got nothing for Bodo Glimt, 1 win for Besiktas, and 1 draw. Of course, that one and only win for Besiktas was a 1-0 win. They've, in fact, scored 2 goals in the 2 matches. That's a goal a game average. Meanwhile, Bodo Glimt just 1 goal over the 2 games between these two sides. Of course, 0.50 goals a game. Glimt, though, just 1 defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them. Up against Besiktas, 3 wins in the last 6 games, 58% form for them. And, of course, they are level on points with Glimt with just the 1. Of course, the last time they played each other in Norway, it was a 1-1 draw back in September 2004. Glimt with a 3-1 win over Molde pre-international break, taking on Snarsford this weekend, with Besiktas took on Istanbulspor. They picked up a win there, taking on Galatasaray this weekend. What a game that is over in Turkey. Now, the odds right here, right now, we're looking at, but they're going to be 5-4 for the victory, 13-5 is the draw. Besiktas with 9-5. It's tight. Going to go with the draw here. Besiktas with a point on the road. They've not been great so far, and they need to get some more away points on the board. Dynamo Zagreb up against Victoria Pilsen coming at you over in Croatia. Now, these two sides again played each other twice. So it's 2019, of course, biggest win for Zagreb, 3-0 win, scored 4 goals, though, in the 2 games. That's, of course, 2 goals a game on average. Pilsen also picking up a win, 2-1 win, their biggest, just 2 goals scored in the 2 matches. That's, of course, a goal a game average. Zagreb, 67% form for them right now, winning 4 of the last 6. Up against Pilsen, just 1 defeat of the last 6, 83% form for them. And, of course, they are top of the table right now. Last time around, though, in Zagreb, it was a 3-0 win for Zagreb back in February 2019 in the Europa League knockout stages. Pilsen with a big 10-0 win over Maranska Lanca in their cup competition in the domestic league. Of course, Zagreb with a big 3-0 win over Istra, of course, in their match pre-international break. Of course, heading into this weekend, they're taking on Gorecha. They're expected to win that game, and Pilsen taking on Slovan Liberec. They're expected to win that game. Both sides are on the road domestically, but the odds for this one, we have Zagreb, even Stevens. They're actually 5-2 is draw, and 5-2 is your away win. We're going to go with the host here, 2 to win. Job done, 3 points in the bag, and then wrap it up. Over in Israel, of course, it is Tel Aviv. Up against Zoria Lugashnesh, of course, if I can find it. Is it actually happening with all the drama going on over there? Don't know. I don't know if this game is happening. I will try and find it here in the deeper echelons of this stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go ahead. And is there any way I can figure this out? Right, folks, on this game, I don't know if it's going to go ahead or not, but let's just talk about it anyway. Now, these two sides have played each other never, of course, according to my eyes. Tel Aviv heading into this on 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat of the last 6, of course, up against Lugashnecht, of course, just 1 defeat of the last 6 as well, 67% form for them heading into this. Lugashnecht took on Oblon in their domestic league there, big of a 4-2 win. That was, of course, earlier in the weekend. Meanwhile, Tel Aviv last match was against Ghent way back in the 5th of October. I don't know what's going on with them. I think their season's kind of been put on hold at the minute with, of course, the crisis and the situation going on over involving Israel and, of course, the stuff in that region of the world. But anyway, if the game does go ahead, which we don't have any odds whatsoever, I'm gonna go with it. I would go with a 2-1 win for Tel Aviv, typically. But that's my picks. I've already played my booster, which is again to go against Bredovic. But of course, don't forget to put your own in there, and don't forget to subscribe. A whopping 78% of your viewers of the channel are not subscribed. We want to change that, get those numbers closer to ground zero there. And of course, make sure you smash the like. Of course, it gives you the algorithm, the knowledge it needs to give you the videos that you want, which includes prediction shows, Conference League stuff, maybe a little bit about your own club as well. But anyway, do that, subscribe, and of course, back next tomorrow when, of course, we'll take a look at the next matches. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next one.